So, very good evening to all the panelists and attendees. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedules to attend our webinar. I'm Kushi Javedi, the educational consultant for EduJapan and the international coordinator for the University of Tokyo India office. And with me, I have Ms. Vaishnavi Thakur as the sub-facilitator from the University of Tokyo India office team. We're here again for the Global Network Project of Japan's Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, hosted by the University of Tokyo India office. We hope today to encourage you to pursue your higher studies in Japan. So we have panelists who will give you an insight into the student life in Japan and the Japanese language learning experiences that you can have at renowned Japanese language schools. Our expert panelists will help you today with any questions that you have regarding Japanese language schools, universities, and Japan as a whole as a study abroad destination. So please feel free to post your questions in the Q&A portal and not the chat box. All your questions will be answered through the webinar. So please feel free to post them in the Q&A portal. And panelists, please make sure to turn off your video and audio when you're not present. Now, thank you so much again for joining the webinar, and I'll be sharing the agenda. Sit back and relax, and I hope today's webinar. So give me a minute, I'll be sharing the agenda. Okay. So starting with, we'll have a brief introduction by Ms. Sakshi Roy, the Assistant Manager with the University of Tokyo India office. Then we'll have a presentation by Ms. Vaishnavi Thakur, who is a sub-facilitator for today's webinar, and she is a PhD student and a MEX scholar at the University of Tokyo, India, at the University of Tokyo. Then we'll have a presentation by JASO by Ms. Yuan Jing from the Student Affairs Unit, followed by Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School by Ms. Kamal and Ms. Sumita from the school. Then we'll have a presentation by ABK College by Mr. Kinichi, the head official, and Mr. Seki Go from the Admissions and University Placement Officer. Then we'll have a presentation by the Fukuoka Foreign Language College by Salman-san and Nishi-san. And lastly, we'll have a presentation, a very short introduction by EduJapan about Japanese education. So now I'd like to request Ms. Sakshi Roy to commence the webinar with a brief introduction. Over to you, Ms. Sakshi.
Thank you, Ms. Kushi, for the introduction. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So, greetings everyone, and a warm welcome to session 20 of our Study and Our Career in Japan webinar. I am Sakshi Roy, and I'm honored to be here alongside with our esteemed panelists from leading Japanese universities. Your insights add immense value to our webinar series, and I'm deeply grateful for your participation today and for your ongoing encouragement. Thank you. So, talking about our office, we are the integral part of Study in Japan Global Network project in Southwest Asia by MEX, and we are dedicated to providing comprehensive information about Japanese universities. And additionally, we are committed to raising awareness about various higher education opportunities in Japan by organizing education fairs and seminars across India. So these are all the basic parts of our office activities. And talking about the webinars, we are sponsored by MEX, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology in Japan. And we aim to familiarize you with the top Japanese universities. And during this online session, the universities and the language schools and the student service organization will discuss their English-based programs and Japanese language programs and scholarship opportunities provided you with a unique chance to learn about their offerings directly from their representatives. So we encourage you to listen very carefully and and you can ask your questions in the Q&A panel, which is available on your Zoom screen. Yeah. So this is the email address of our office in case if you have any questions later after attending the webinar or during the webinar. Please do not hesitate to contact us. We'll be very happy to help you with your queries. And I'll also share this email in the chat box for your reference. Further, we are also available on social media platforms. So this is the Facebook page, Instagram page, and please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our social media platforms offers the latest updates regarding studying Japan webinars alongside with relevant information. So if you would like to access our past webinar recordings, you can find them readily available on our YouTube channel. So please check the recordings on our YouTube channel. And it would be very grateful if you can support us by liking and sharing our YouTube videos. So yeah, that's all my from my side today. I request you all to please stay tuned with us till the end of the session. I hope this webinar will provide you with a valuable and fruitful information about studying in Japan. So thank you so much for paying attention. We hope you enjoy the session.
Thank you so much, Sakshi-san, for the introduction. I hope students are encouraged to follow the University of Tokyo India office site and the social media pages that will be shared via chat box as well. Thank you so much. I'll be sharing the agenda again. So now we'll have a presentation by Ms. Vaishnavi Thakur on the study life in Japan. So over to you, Ms. Vaishnavi.
Thank you, Kushe-san. Let me share my screen. Yes, I hope it's visible. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening. I'm Vaishnavi Thakur, and today I'll be sharing about my experience of studying in Japan, like why did I choose Japan and how did I end up here. So a little background. I'm currently a PhD student in the University of Tokyo, and I'm also a MEC scholarship recipient. My research is on solar panels. So if there's anyone in electrical engineering background, or if anyone wants to do research on solar energy, so you can look into the lab as well. And now today in my presentation, I'll be covering about why Japan and how is the education in Japan, and like what is the difference between the education in Japan and the admission process in India, and various costs, like what are the different scholarships available and what is the general application process. So moving on, so let me start with why Japan. So why did I choose Japan? When I decided to go for higher education, these are some of the factors which I decided to consider in choosing a university, like how is the research environment, how is the work-life balance and research environment over there. And the second is the how safe the country is, because we get to hear a lot about gun violence or racial discrimination and many other such things in other countries. So I wanted to ensure that the country is very safe. And the third factor was the financial burden. And so covering these things, like if you look at Japan, we can see that there are so many Nobel Prize laureates, and the research being carried out in the universities is exceptionally very good. So whatever field you take, you'll find a professor or the lab which are doing world-class research. This is one of the factors which motivated me a lot to come to Japan. And the second thing, like I said, I wanted to ensure that the country is very safe. I think it's a very well-known fact that Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. It ranks as the 10th safest country in the world right now, and the crime rate is very low. The environment and the atmosphere is very peaceful for the students and everyone to settle down here. And the third factor is the financial burden. So usually when we go for higher studies for graduate programs, especially in other countries like the Western countries or in any other country, usually students end up taking hefty loans, and then this adds on this financial burden on us. Like later after graduating, we have this stress to find a job and repay the loan. So I did not want to have all of that, and that's why I decided to choose the university or the place where I get scholarships. So Japan is one of the countries which is offering numerous scholarships to the students, so that to encourage more and more students to come to Japan and study here. And this was also one of the significant factors because of which I chose Japan. And covering about the in general the public transportation and infrastructure here. So this is also we have excellent public transportation system, because we need not worry about how will we reach to the university or how will we come back. Suppose say you studied or you work late in the lab and you wanted to come back home. So we need not worry about how will we reach home. So the transportation is very good. It's very well connected, and this is also quite important. Like these are some of the things which we usually neglect, but this is also some of the very important factor which we have to consider while studying abroad. And lastly, health insurance and about the health expenses. So I'm sure that parents are usually more worried about their child's health and how will he or she take care of themselves. What if they fall sick, and what are the expenses? How will it be covered? I'm sure you all must have had like all these questions. So we have a national health insurance policy in Japan, so which covers almost 70% of all the expenses covered in Japan. So any resident or any person who comes to Japan and lives long term, it's compulsory for them to enroll in this national health insurance policy. It is for our own benefit that later on, if there are any medical expenses, the government covers it. Almost 70% of it is covered, and the remaining 30%, if we are a student, the universities cover that as well. So the health insurance is also very good. So these are some of the very significant factors because of which I chose Japan. And next, if we move on to education in Japan, so usually in Japan, the universities are, if we consider the graduate or the undergraduate programs, the universities are classified into three categories: public, private, and national universities. So the all the universities, they are very well reputed, and the work which is being done is equally good in all the universities. But the difference is that it comes in the tuition fees and the expenses which incur. So with this, this is how the universities are classified in Japan. And one difference between the admission process into these universities and universities in India is that in India, well, like once we complete our 12th, we give national entrance exams like IIT JEE or NEET, and then with the score of that one entrance exam, we get admissions into various universities. But whereas in case of Japan, we need to apply to each university separately and then get admission into each university separately. It's mostly university centric. So this is a difference between the education system in Japan and India. And when we look at English based programs, or because when we hear about Japan, usually what everyone thinks is about the Japanese language. So when we are coming here to study, so is the program going to be in Japanese? So this is one common question which we usually encounter. So to cover that, there are so many English based programs because there are about, if you look at undergraduate courses, there are about 90 courses of which are offered in 40 universities, and these are completely English based. I mean, the courses programs are going to be in English, and you give your exams in English. So it's going to be an English-based program. And similarly for the graduate and doctoral studies too, we have English-based programs. And like initially when you come, and the question which you usually get is that how much like do I need to have Japanese language, prior knowledge of Japanese language to enroll in these programs? So to answer that, we don't need to have prior Japanese language, because once you come here, there are language classes in the university. So university will take care of you so that you develop the basic language proficiency to interact with outsiders or in the supermarket. And but initially when you come, it might be a little you might feel it very chaotic, and it's everything is in Japanese, so very confusing. But to avoid that, there's also provision of tutor which is offered in some universities. So there's a student or a senior assigned to you who look after you for like 1 year. Like any doubt you have, any question you have, you don't understand anything about a process, so you can just go to him and contact him, so they'll clear it up for you. There is a support system which is provided by both the government and the university, so that it makes your life when you come to Japan very easy. And when we look at the accommodation here, so usually we see that students live in the university dormitories. So most of the universities have university dormitories. But when it comes to like, if you think that the university dormitories are very competitive and you did not secure an admission in the dorm, we need not worry, because there are many private dormitories and shared houses as well. And most of the students also, in order to stay close to the campus, they prefer off-campus apartments. So these are the various accommodation options which are available for students. And when we look at various costs of studying in Japan, so I would like to emphasize that these are just the general costs which I have written here based on my experience. So like I mentioned, the difference between national, public, and private university is the tuition fees. And this is like an approximate amount which might incur, like which a student might incur if he comes here and studies as like on his own as a privately funded student. And again, this calculation is varies from place to place, but because for example Tokyo is very expensive, so these are the calculations based on the living expenses are based on Tokyo's expenses. But when you go to little prefectures which are a little away from the Tokyo and not in the urban in the 23 wards of Tokyo, then the expenses get reduced very significantly, so you can save a lot of money in that as well. And when we look at various scholarships which are being offered here, like I mentioned, scholarship was one of the significant factors which made me choose Japan. So I think most of us are aware of MEC scholarship, and there's JASO scholarship as well. So I think today JASO is presenting about, there's going to be a presentation on JASO scholarship by the JASO team. So I hope you stay tuned to it. And then there are many local government scholarships and also university scholarships which are being offered. And besides these, there are also private companies which offer scholarships. So you need not worry about about the expenses, because most of the students, international students who come here, in many cases they end up getting a scholarship. And even if you don't get a scholarship, when we look at, like, when we compare with Western countries and Japan, still the living expenses, the tuition fees are very less. So it is like comparable to what if you study in India, if you go for higher studies in India as well. So this is about the scholarships, and I wanted to cover about a brief application process in brief. So most of the applications start about 1 year in advance. So say you're graduating next year, you'll have to start your application process in this year. So the first basic step you have to do is to contact your professor and like to find a lab, like go to whatever university or whatever research field you are interested in. Go to that university website. All the like most of the universities, and I would say like all the universities have the, like, they provide all the details on their website itself. So it's very easy. You can look onto their website, go to the professor's website and find out about his research work, contact your professor and get an acceptance from him. And after that, the process is very easy. Like once you get the professor acceptance, you just have to follow the university, like meet the deadlines given by the university, the usual admission process, like submit your transcript. So it's very easy process. So you can just follow the process and gain the admission. So this third step is very important. That is, which you have to do it on your own. That is to contact your professor and find the field of your interest. So this is a general application process. Again, to ensure, just I would like to emphasize that the application process starts 1 year in advance. So the earlier you start, the better it is, and the easier it gets for you. So this is about it. And now I would like to discuss a few challenges which I faced after coming here. It's not like not everything is like roses. So like some universities usually have entrance exam to enroll in. So if you have an entrance exam, then it is important that you clear the entrance exam. In case you're coming for graduate studies, then the syllabus would be usually the subjects which you have studied in your undergrad. So if you have an entrance exam, make sure that you are very prepared for that. And the second challenge I would say is the Japanese language. Like I said, I did not have, like, I had zero Japanese language awareness. Like I did not have any Japanese language proficiency. So, but then because of my tutor, which was assigned to me, so they helped me in settling down and in overcoming all the challenges which come with the formalities which we have to follow here. And the third one would be like away from family. I think wherever we are going, I think this will be there. There's no place like home. But then you have Indian students everywhere. Like most of the universities have Indian students now. So there are, like, you can form a community with them. There are many circles in the universities, and we end up making home here. So this is there. And like when you just come in the beginning, so in the beginning you might find, because as Indians we are very used to spicy and like very spicy food and spicy food. So but when we come here in the beginning, it might feel all blank and what is this? I don't like the food here. But then once you get used to the food, the varieties of food which is offered here, and also once you get to know about the restaurants, because every corner has an Indian restaurant, so which is very accessible. So once you get to know about the Indian restaurants and the Indian grocery stores, you can manage your cooking and living, and food won't become much of an issue as days go on. And also when I talk about Indian grocery stores, so they, like, these days you also have online delivery, so they also deliver it online. It's not much of a deal. Like uh, this appears to be very challenging as long as we are outside, but once we are inside and we follow and we get used to a routine, then it is not a challenge at all. So this is what I wanted to say. So yeah, like there are many questions about food in Japan. Like everyone, like whenever I speak to anyone who says like who asks what are you doing, and I say I'm studying in Japan, so they ask like how are you managing food. So this is one significant question which comes up. So I wanted to say that food is really not an issue, because there are so many vegetarians who are already living here, and Japanese cuisine is also very rich and very diverse. And like I mentioned, there are many Indian food restaurants and grocery stores as well. So this is what I wanted to cover in today's presentation. I hope it gave you a little awareness about what is the education, how is the education system in Japan is, and what is the general application process and various scholarships available. So I hope it was resourceful. And like I'll end my presentation now by saying that life here for a student is very peaceful. So it doesn't matter how much I say it is good. So it is up to you to come here and see it for yourself. So whatever you are deciding, like make a list of options and see whatever fits you best, whatever fits you best. So go ahead with it. And with this, I'll end my presentation now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vaishnavi, for the very insightful presentation. I'm sure students are encouraged to pursue their higher studies by learning from your experience. Thank you so much for the very insightful presentation. We'll proceed with the next presentation. Before that, I'll share the agenda. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so now we'll have a presentation by Jaso. Before begin, I'll give you a brief introduction about what JASO is. So JASO refers to the Japan Student Service Organization, and it provides various support services to international students in Japan. It is a government-affiliated organization that plays a crucial role in supporting both domestic and international students. It was established in 1954, and since then, it aims to enhance the education environment and promote international exchange in Japanese higher education. So yes, now I'd like to request Ms. Jiang to present about the organization. Over to you,
Thank you
Ms. Jiang.
so, yes, thank you so much. Give me a second. Should I begin? Sorry, is my
Yes, sure.
voice? Yeah, thank you. Is my voice available? Okay, thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes, clear.
Great. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming at this Saturday. My name is Anse. I from Tokyo Japanese Language Education Center. So first thing first, I would like to give you a reference for today's our session. First, I'll give you a presentation about our school to explain you what is Japanese Language Education Center. And then next, I'll show you a procedure PowerPoint to tell you how to enter our school and what's the procedure. And then finally, I think we have 5 minutes for your question. So let's get started a bit. So we are part of JASO, which is the Japan Student Service Organization. JASOs have so many supported program for international students, such as information for studying in Japan or living in Japan, and examination. Also, some scholarship and sorry for that. Also, some scholarship and follow-up. When we say follow-up, I mean after you graduate from university, either way you want to look for a job, or also you want to go to higher education like a graduate school, and just will give you so many information and give you some support. Let's go with that. And JASO, a public agency, which have Tokyo and Osaka Japanese language education centers. So we are supported by Japanese government. As you may know the location, Tokyo is the capital of Japan. Also, Osaka is the second biggest city in Japan. It's located right next to Kyoto. There are many students from various countries and regions in our school. For example, there are around 200 students from 40 countries and regions in Tokyo Center. So spending time with them will be a good experience for you. And our center, Tokyo and Osaka, we offer full-time course for efficient study. So what is a full-time course? It means we have a class from Monday to Friday and from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So not only the Japanese language class, also we have other basic subjects. About this one, I'll explain to you later. So let's go with about the qualification to enter a university in Japan. I believe in India, they have 12 years education system, also have 11 years education system. So for those students who only have 11 years educations, you have to you have to study 1 year, at least 1 year in Japan, in a Japanese language school. Also, this Japanese language school is must be admitted by Japanese government. So then, in India you have 11 years, and in our school you have 1 year, so it's totally 12 years. Then you have the qualification to enter a university in Japan. We have university preparatory course, also have a graduate school preparatory course. So about the university preparatory course, for students who want to major department or course under natural science. So except Japanese language, you are able to learn mathematics, chemistry, politics, history. Sorry for that. And chemistry, also biology. So for students who want to major a department under liberal arts, so besides Japanese, you are study mathematics, geography, phonetics, and economy. For graduate school preparatory course, and your teacher will focus on your academic Japanese skill. So there are two reasons why we focus on academic Japanese skill. One is you have to when you apply for a graduate school, you have to write a research plan in Japanese. So teacher will help you with that. And the next reason is teacher will help you with the interview, admission interview, and the entrance examination. So they are all conducted in Japanese. So and also we have an examination. I have an examination for Japanese university admission for international student, which we call it EJU in short. So EJU is an examination to evaluate the Japanese language skill, also the basic academic abilities. The basic academic abilities, which is basic subjects, like I just told you, like chemistry, history, the politics. So there are around 900 higher education institutions use EGU for admission application screening process for international students. Let me introduce the course outline. We only have 1 year and a 1.5 year course. So 1 year course is from April every year. 1.5 year is from October every year. Just as I told you before, the class will start from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so our class, you'll have a small size class up to 20 students. And you also have a homeroom teacher. So you can talk to your homeroom teacher with a lot of things, such as studying, also such as a trouble thing or something you are worried about for living in Japan. So most graduates in our centers will go to higher education institutions such as universities, graduate schools, National Institutes of Technology. We call it contetns, specialized training schools. And here's a graph for the rate of admission to higher education. This is for last year. Also, it's for Tokyo Center. And this one is for Osaka Center. You can see, so from these two graphs, you can notice both of them, the rate of admission are over 98%. So I think it's a strong evidence could improve our school. It's really, our school definitely provide you a quality education. So yes, this is a scholarship list. And in Tokyo, we have 8 types of scholarship. And in Osaka, only have 4. So these scholarships are only available for students in our centers. And the application for these scholarships is usually start August or September. And there are some requirements, such as your attendance rate must over 90%. Okay, let's go with it. Our school also has other opportunities, also other activities for international students to participate, such as visiting a senior high school. You'll get the chance to talk with high school students in Japanese. Also other activities like experience Japanese traditional culture or experience the Japanese traditional festival. We have a field trip twice a year. So every year we'll give twice questionnaire for students, like where would you like to go, and then we'll do the calculator by the questionnaire. Then we decide where want to go this year. And some volunteer activities and karate club. Oh, so if you are interested in karate, so you can join the karate club twice a week in after school at Tokyo Center. Also in Tokyo Center, we have a tennis class, but tennis class only once a week. It's after class in Friday. Here are other facilities. So Tokyo Center and Osaka Center both have dormitory, but only Osaka Center has cafeteria. There are some voices from our graduates, from seniors. And because the time limitation, due to the time limitation, so I will not read the messages to you right now, but I guess after my presentation, I will send you this PowerPoint through the chat windows, so you can chat it again if you are really interested in it. So let's go ahead of. Yes, and Osaka Center has an official Facebook account. So regarding students recruitment, also the scholarship information and dormitory, also some Japanese activity. All this information you could find in Osaka Facebook. So please make sure to follow us and check it out. If you think studying in Japan seriously, so please choose us. We'll live up to your expectations. And that's me. So that's my first presentation is over. Let's go ahead with the procedures. And about the procedure, there are lots of questions. There are some questions that's be asked a lot. So by far on our online fairs. One is school expenses. Tokyo and Osaka, we have the same school expenses. So 1 year course, the total fee is $5,522. For 1.5 year course, it's $8,002. So here are some breakup, also detailed information for the total fee. Yes, let's go ahead. This is the application for Tokyo. 1 year course, the application period of a 1 year course is usually get started from September to November every year. So 1.5 year course application period is usually start from March to May every year. So unfortunately for this year's unfortunately for 1 year course 2024 is already ended. So if you are thinking about to studying in our school, maybe you could think about consider our 1.5 year course. It's from October. So application period will start from 1st March to the end of May. So it's right the time for you to prepare some documents, also some application for this 1.5 year course. We also have the application fee for the, so it's like around $134. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the Osaka application information. For Osaka, also the 1 year course for this year, 2024, is already ended. Our new intake for Osaka Center is already started. It will ended the end of May. So you are interested in Osaka, this city. Also, you are interested in Osaka, this school. So it's you better to do some preparation right now. Let's go that. Yes, and as you know, JASO have so many scholarship types, and at the first PowerPoint, I may interested to use a scholarship list. That one is only for our students in school, but these are for all international students. So you can see there are so many types of scholarship. Before you come to Japan, after you come to Japan, also after being enrolled in a university, graduate school, and so on. If you are thinking about studying in Japan, maybe you could do some research in JASO's homepage. So all the scholarship information you could find on our homepage. So maybe you can do the research right now, because sometimes you can apply even before you come to Japan, like Japanese government scholarship, also the Indian government scholarship. About the Japanese government scholarship, you have to ask the Japanese embassy in your country. They know the detailed information and they are guiding you.
Thanks, San. I'm
So
sorry for interrupting.
yes.
Would you, as we are running out of time, would you be able to conclude the presentation soon?
Okay, great. I thought I have 5 minutes. Okay, I'll do it quickly. Great.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thanks for the notice. So this is a dormitory. This one is a dormitory, and the price is like this. And this one is for Osaka's dormitory. So let me conclude my presentation. So if you have any questions about application, about studying in Japan, just don't hesitate to contact us. This is the email down here. I'm so sorry over the time, but thank you so much.
Thank
That's
you so
all
much.
from. Sorry for that. That's all from me.
No, thank
I
you so much for your time and
yes.
for the very detailed presentation. I'm sure students have actually many questions thanks to your very
Okay.
presentation. So I'll go ahead and ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Starting with so many students want to apply to the language schools in Japan. So
Okay.
will JASO be able to help them with the application process?
Yes, of course. And we are 100% to support you about the procedure
Mm,
for how to enter our school. Let me give you an example. So uh because you are the first time to apply for a Japanese school, a Japanese language school, so only we upload our application and some documents requirements on homepage. So maybe something you are feel confusing and you don't understand about it. So but in this case, you just contact us anytime. I mean, really anytime. And also for the email, as soon we receive the email, I'll reply to you as soon as possible. So I kind of guide you. Oh, you should do this, or you should have the high school graduate. Just from so many details in, and we are 100% to support you. So don't worry about that. Thank you so much.
How can one contact you? Do you have like an email address or a QR code that the students need to scan? How can students contact you?
Okay, and let me give you a and should I send the email address through
Yes,
the chat
please.
link? Okay,
Yes, please.
great. Okay,
Thank
I'll
you.
do it right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do it
Um,
right now. Yes.
so one student is asking, is JASO fully funded? Is the JASO scholarship fully funded?
Uh, sorry. Just
Um, is the JASO scholarship fully funded?
just okay.
Just to answer that question, I can go ahead and give a few insights. So usually JASO provides 48,000 yen per month.
Oh
Um,
yes, yes.
yes, a 48,000 yen per month to students. But the
Okay.
university recommends JASO if
Yes.
you are a good fit. But that you can only know after enrollment on whether or not you're selected. So yes, I hope I was able to help the student. I hope I was
Yes.
right. Shin-san. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Thank you.
And is there any age limit to
Um,
apply?
Okay, and so for our school, they are not age limited for students,
Mm,
but I would say like either Osaka and Tokyo Education Center, we only have one purpose we only have one purpose, which is to help a student to pursue their high education dream.
mm,
So if you really want to go to like a university or graduate school in Japan, and in Japan, we recommend maybe like under 30 years old, 30
under
years
30?
old. Yes,
Okay.
under 30 years, because let me see if we don't have the age limitation, but some university or also some graduation school, they'll have some age limitation. So yes, not only think about the language school, maybe you want to do some research or look up some information about the university you usually want to enter in. That's my question. Oh, sorry, that's my answer. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for
Thank
answering
you
the
so much.
question. There are many
Yes.
questions in the Q&A portal, but I will not be able to ask a lot due to the time constraint. But please go ahead and answer the questions in the Q&A portal after the Q&A session.
Yes, of course, I'll definitely do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
And
you so much.
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Grace. Thank you.
All right, then I'll share my agenda slide once again. So now we have Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School. So the word Minsai expresses the idea that people of different cultures, ages, and genders respect each other and acknowledge each other. So that small encounters lead to a large swell and lead to world peace. So this is what the word Minsai stands in Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School, and this school truly embodies its ethos of bringing people together to learn Japanese language. They do not only provide high quality Japanese language education, but also provides opportunities to know Japanese culture and have opportunities for students to enjoy interaction. So now, to give you a better insight into the language school, I'd like to request Kamal-san and Sumita-san to give you a better comprehensive overview of the school. So over to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the invitation in this webinar. I will really like to appreciate the cooperation you all had to us. So now, talking about Kyoto means I'd like to share my screen. So yeah, I go. So is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So thank you for the opportunity.
I'm sorry for interrupting. We cannot see any text on the
Oh,
screen.
no, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, no problem. All right, thank you.
Thank you. So thank you for the invitation, and would like to really appreciate the cooperation you guys all had. So talking basically about the Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School. So as the name mentions, the Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School, it is located in the Kyoto city of Japan. So it was established on 2001 AD, and so from the Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School side, we are here. Like Sumita Sensei, Nobu Sumita Sensei, Executive Officer, Planning and Development Manager, and it's me, Kamal Salise. So I'm currently looking after the student of South Asia. So talking about Kyoto, Kyoto is a city of full of culture and student, and there are many historical temples and shrines out here. And one of the most famous top three festival of Japan, Gion Festival. And there are many excellent museums and everything in Kyoto. So as in Kyoto family, we do provide different kinds of facilities to the students and even those who wants to learn about how to become a teacher. So we provide the facility of Japanese language, teacher training program, online lessons, and other facilities like translation and human resources support as well. And so let's focus on the courses we usually provide to the students. So talking about the long-term course, we usually have from 1 year to 2 years course. And there are two kinds of courses in our school. One is academic course and the other is general course. In the academic course, we usually focus to the students who wish to continue their higher education after graduation of the Japanese language school, like going to the university or the vocational school. And the general course, it is targeted to the student who wants to find the job and learn culture and language or live in Japan for long term, like who have graduated their bachelors in their home countries. And we have so like other Japanese language schools, we do have the 4 intakes in a year: April intake, July intake, October intake. So there are only the basic requirements for applying as an student at our school, like completion of 12 years of education in the hometown or home country, and the student must have basic level of Japanese language study, like 150 hours of Japanese language study, or the student have to have like JLPT N5 and JSF level kind of examination completion as well. So currently there are like more than 40 students, like more than 40 students from more than 40 countries studying in our school. Like students from the Nepal, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, the Southern Asian countries, all the way to the Americans and all, Germany, Peru, Colombia, New Zealand, Afghanistan, Syria. There are like approximately 40 countries studying here at our Kyoto Minsai Japanese Language School. So basically talking about this class schedule, there are morning and afternoon classes. In the morning classes, they usually start from 9:20 to 12:30, and the afternoon classes they start from 2 p.m. to 5:10 p.m. And on the base of the student skills, we provide the different kinds of levels like beginner level, upper beginner level, intermediate level, and the advanced level. So being like onto the capacity of the student, we place them in different levels of the classes. So once the student moves to the intermediate level, they can choose any one from these three elective courses like culture and art, like job hunting and special academic course. So the student can elect. These are the extra classes we usually provide students so that they can find the better opportunities after they graduate our language school. So in the cultural and art program, we usually teach the student about the tea ceremony and kimono, like ikebana, sogi, and cooking classes and everything. And in the job hunting process, like the student who wants to find the job after the graduation of Japanese language school, like in Japan, if the student they really want to find a better job, they need to be skilled in the Japanese language as well. So we usually have the student to find to write different kinds of application or like be the business level language as well. We help the student in learning those languages as well. So if the student wants to continue their further study in the university or the vocational school or even the master degree, we do provide the classes for the to support them as well. And these are some of the extra classes like easy focus classes, preparation classes, and art classes we provide to the student. And these are some extra classes as well. And for the student who is to continue their further education in the university or the vocational school, we conduct different type of educational fair where many representatives from many universities or the vocational school they participate there and explain them about how usually they need to proceed to find better vocational school or the universities. So for this job hunting processes as well, we help students with different seminar, briefing sessions, and information session as well. So in case of job hunting support, like we help the teacher in charge. The teacher in charge will help them to prepare for the interview, preparing the CV or the resume, and finding different kinds of job opportunities, like the guidance to the interview and different kinds of like all the processes onto the last stages, like finding and getting the job as well. So these are some general extra classes. We provide different kinds of English classes as well, and GLPT preparation class as well. So these are some extra classes we usually run further so that it can be helpful to the student as well. And in a year we do conduct different kinds of events and clubs as well. So spring, summer, fall, winter, we conduct different kinds of activities. These are some of the examples conducted in the spring season, and this on the summer season where the students they participate in the Gion Matsuri as well. And this is the fall season. We have different barbecues and everything, Halloween programs and all. And this is for the winter. These are some of the extra events we conduct in the season. So we also conduct different kinds of cultural and events so that the student can learn about Japanese cultures and everything. These are some of the examples. And since the student there are many students from different countries, we usually ask the student to prepare their home food, and like teachers we usually taste their foods, and like it's like kind of community. And we also have the Minsai Sensei Club as well, where the student can learn about how the tea ceremony usually happens in Japan. And Kyoto Minsai all sports came as we also have the sports club as well. Recently today also we had some lawn tennis as well. So hiking, futsal, and basketball, volleyball, and from the next time we are also about to conduct some cricket program as well. And the Minsai Farming Club, agriculture, they participate in different agricultural activities as well for their refreshment. So talking about the scholarships, we do have some in-school scholarships. Like these are some of these examples of the scholarship that usually the student can get from the school side while they are studying in our school. So while the student is studying the Japanese language in the school, they also can find some arubaito part-time jobs as well. Like they can work for like 28 hours per week. And the minimum Kyoto hourly wage is like 1,008 Japanese yen. So student can find a part-time job as well, and they can like easily earn for their living as well. So these are some of the examples of the arubaito part-time job. And these are the examples where a student can work for the part-time, like companies, Family Mart, 7-Eleven, Lawson, McDonald's, restaurants and all. And even in the hotel front and like service sector, food and service, they also can work there. And even in the factory and goods delivery and the English instructor as well. So the graduates from our school, they have recently got admitted into these higher education universities and technical schools. And these are some of the examples where our students are working after graduating the Japanese language course from Kyoto Mensei Japanese Language School. So talking about the school fee, this is the some this is for the first year course, and for the second year we do have like this cost for the second year, and the other expenses. The student has to have other expenses other than the school fees. These are the some of the extra expenses the student need to afford. So the school, we also provide the accommodation like facility to the student as well, so that they can easily make their living in Japan. So while they're studying the Japanese language school, these are some of the examples. Like if they want to like two people want to stay in the same building, it can be shared as well. We do have the shared rooms as well, and this is the some single room. If the patient, if he or she wants to stay alone, they can also choose this single room as well. So these are some of the examples. And basically talking about the documents required to be eligible to be apply at Kyoto Mensei Japanese Language School. These are some of the required documents once the applicant has to prepare. And these are from the sponsor side as well. So we do provide the visa application service to the student if they want to study for a long-term course. Like these are some of the visa application flow, like how usually the visa procedure works. Like the student will first ask the student to prepare the documents for applying the visa, and after once the student get like they prepare the documents, they can mail the document to us, and we'll forward them to the immigration for the check and review. And after like 2 or 3 months, the COE will be issued, and after that we'll be mailing you the COE, and you will be applying for this student visa at Japanese embassy. And once you receive the visa from Japanese embassy, you will be arriving in Japan, and we'll guide you to the end, like until the school will guide you from how to apply to how to arrive in Japan as well. So these are some of our social medias as well. If you really wish to like get admitted in our Japanese language school, you can just follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or you can like subscribe us on YouTube as well. So and if you really wish to apply at a school, you can mail us at kamal@kyotominside.co.jp or sumita@kyotominside.com.jp. And if you have any questions regarding our schools or anything, you can please feel free to ask us. Thank you. So that's all from the school side.
Thank you so much for the very informative presentation. I'm sure students are encouraged to join your language school to learn Japanese in a more cohesive manner. So there were a couple of questions in the Q&A portal, but a lot of it has been answered. But there are a few that I would like to go ahead and ask you. So one student is asking, is there any age limit for the Japanese language courses from inside?
Okay, talking about the age, the basic required for the to be eligible to apply at the Japanese language is like 12 years of completion of their education in their home country and 150 hours of study of Japanese language. So there is no basically limit on the age. So like they can apply on like even like at any age. So there is no limit at the age.
Thank you. And if a student graduates from Kyoto Minsai, would he or she be eligible to apply for translation jobs? Or are there courses at Kyoto Minsai that
Oh.
allows students to learn about translation, etc.?
Okay, so I think basically for the translation job, the student they mainly need to have like EN2 level or EN1 level of Japanese proficiency test examination passed. If the student has passed the EN1 level and if he or she has completed the bachelor level of education in her home country, in his home country, then they can easily apply, they can be easily be eligible for the Japanese translation or the translation job as well. So basically, I think there is like EN one, someone like EN one, if he or she has completed the EN one level, so she or he can be eligible for translation job as well.
Thank you. Are there any short, what is the average cost like? If a student was to enroll in a short-term course, how much would it cost? And if a student wants to enroll in a long-term course, how much would it cost?
Okay, so first let me go with the long-term course. So can
Mhm.
I share my screen one more time?
Sure. Or you could also share the link in the chat box. Anything is fine.
Oh, okay, just I'll like to share my one
Okay.
like the screen for like first. So the so So this is the example for the student average cost for the first year cost at Kyoto Minsei Japanese Language School. So basically this is for the long-term course. Okay. And like it's somewhere like 9,82,000 JPY for the school fee and room for 58,000 and rent for like 3 months rent. And this is the average cost for the first year like long-term course for the first year. And for the second years, sorry, for the short-term course, like there is like 10 weeks program in our school for the short-term course. And the, I think, so I'll share you our link for the short-term course as well, like the, all the requirement and procedure on the
Yeah.
chat section. So I'll
Mm.
share that again. And I think it's like 1,75,000 somewhere for the short-term course for 10-week course.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much for answering the questions. There's still many questions in the Q&A portal, so you could go ahead and answer them after the Q&A session.
Okay, I'll just go for the chat section as well and
Yes.
Q&A section as
Also,
well.
please share your email address so that students can contact you if they are interested in your school.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just share my email and everything. And thank you for the opportunity you guys
Thank
provided
you.
for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really
Thank you so much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll be sharing my screen once again. So now we'll have ABK College. So ABK College built on the pillars of a unique concept, which is ACE, which stands for Academic, Culture, and Experience. The college strives to provide students with a well-balanced acquisition of Japanese language proficiency and also provides careful instruction and preparation for JLPT exams and career guidance related to Japanese level. ABK College has experienced teachers and a reliable learning environment. And now I'd like to request Kinichi-san and Siki-san to give us an insight into the language school and the courses that they offer. Over to you.
Hi, thank you for our introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Go, and this is my boss, Yamada-san. Okay. So today, I'm in charge of admissions and enrollment for university. So I will introduce you about these things today. Okay. Okay, so in Japan, there are many good places. So I think you know Hokkaido, Okinawa, Osaka, and also Kyoto, Tokyo, like that. And I hope if you come to Japan for study, I think you should go everywhere you want to go, and you can look around many places for good places. And ABK is located in Tokyo. Yes, here is Tokyo. Okay. And ABK is located in the Bunkyo Ward. Bunkyo Ward is famous for educational place. So there are many places for study. For example, elementary school to high school and universities. And University of Tokyo is also close to ABK, and it takes about 15 minutes walk. You can go to University of Tokyo. And there is also a good park around here. So if you are studying at ABK, you can go Rikugien Park if you want to relax. Okay. So I think everyone in today's seminar are probably interested in entering Japanese universities. And so today I want to introduce about this. There are broadly two ways to enroll in Japanese university. The first one is you graduate from high school in your own country and apply directly to a university in Japan from overseas. The second method is you graduate from high school and then you enter a Japanese language school in Japan and then apply for entering university in Japan. Today, I will introduce about this one. Through Japanese language school, I want to introduce about this route. Okay, first, the purpose of studying at the Japanese language school is study Japanese and prepare for future goals. And additionally, some students, their goal is to make some friends for all over the world. This is also the good goal for students. And as I introduced before, there are two methods for enrolling in Japanese universities. In fact, many international students choose the route of enrolling in a Japanese university through a language school. This is a mainstream. So at Japanese language school, students typically study for 1 or 2 years. So compared to the method of applying directly to a university from overseas, this route, this Japanese language school route, it takes more 1 or 2 years. So why international students choose this method? So what is the advantage for this route? In my opinion, 3 advantages of enrolling in a university through a Japanese language school. First, advantage is you can stabilize your life before starting your studies at university. When you first arrive in Japan, various procedures are necessary. For example, opening a bank account, registering your address, and purchasing a SIM card, and so on. So I think it will be very hard if you have to complete these procedures by yourself while studying at university. But if you enter language school first, you can get the support from language school, and you can have enough time to stabilize your life. Additionally, Japanese language school provide very good kind of support for various procedures, so you can complete them smoothly. The second advantage is the opportunity to obtain various information for further education. There are over 700 universities in Japan, but only a few universities are known in overseas. So if you are studying at the Japanese language school in Japan, you can obtain a lot of information about various universities from teachers and classmates. And it will be easy to find a good universities that matches your interests. Furthermore, universities often have open campus events where you can freely visit and explore the campus. If you're living in Japan, you can directly visit various universities and can decide which universities really suit for you. And the third advantage, when applying directly from overseas, many applications are for English taught course. But if you study at the university, at the language school and passing the JLPT N2, maybe you can enroll in course taught in Japanese university. If you can get the option to enroll in course taught in Japanese university, you can apply to wider range of universities and programs. So I think this 1 to 3 is a good one if you first enter to a Japanese language school. Okay, so next I will introduce about APK support for university admission. Students who wish to advance to university generally follow these steps. First, Japanese proficiency test like EJU or JLPT, and then application to the university and interview test and final result. So this Japanese proficiency test, this is more important. This is the most important one. But in the Japanese university entrance exam, interviews are also very important. Okay, and now there are many kind of learning materials available today. As a result, you might find it very difficult to decide which materials to use and how to study effectively. At ABK, we don't deal with a lot of materials. Instead, we focus on studying one excellent textbook intensively to achieve a 100% understanding of the knowledge it contains. We take this method. And this is the main textbook used at ABK. It is designed especially for JLPT, but we can practice in reading, listening, and conversation skill just by this textbook. And many international students often work part-time jobs, albaito, while attending school. So it makes them very busy. However, by utilizing the various pockets of time that exist throughout the day, it is possible to study efficiently. At ABK, we offer a variety of digital learning materials to utilize pockets of time, like this. This is an example in the digital learning materials for JLPT. This is N5 level materials, and this is N3 class materials. So in the N5 class and N3 class digital material, it is just study for words. But for N1 class, we also have the reading materials as a digital learning items. So we can use like this studying methods if you have time. And you might wonder if studying at ABK can really lead to passing the JLPT. Here are the results of the 2023 JLPT result. So students from countries outside of the kanji countries also passing the JLPT successfully. Passing the N2 exam opens up the possibility of enrolling in university's Japanese taught course. Okay, next, let me introduce our job placement support service. In Japan, job hunting has some unique rules. Therefore, our job placement support is provided one by one by specialized staff. Currently, a lot of companies actively seek to hire international students. This means that international students also have many job opportunities available for employment. Okay, and this is our school guidebook. So if you Google ABK College, you can find this guidebook. So if you want to have more detailed information about our school, please check this guidebook. Okay, this is ABK College introduction.
Yes. Thank you so much for the presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for the presentation. This is like to add from college. Any other information that you'd like to provide?
Mm,
Do you know when can you hear me clearly?
yeah, wait a minute, please. Yes, please.
Yes. Is that it for your presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. It takes
No.
just 8 minutes.
No, not a problem. Thank you so much for giving us covering all the information
Yeah.
within 10 minutes. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank
There
you.
are a couple of questions in the Q&A portal, so can I go ahead and ask you a few?
Yes.
So can students apply for 2024 admissions to college?
So for 2024 application?
Yes, 2024 admission. If a student wants to come to your college in 2024, when should they apply?
Now students can apply for October course and they can apply until April. So yeah, it's a time for apply for October course.
Okay. And what are the requirements?
Requirement is having N5 level Japanese skill. Yeah, but if they don't have any Japanese certificate, it is also okay to submit 150 hours study certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any short-term courses, 3 to 4 months short-term courses?
Yes, we also have the short-term course from 1 month to 3 months. So if they just want to have experience for studying in Japanese language course or just living in Japan, it's okay to choose short-term course.
Okay, all right. And what is the fee structure like?
Fees are okay. Can I share our guidebook?
Yes, if you have a link, you can also share it.
Okay, I will send them later. So this is our fee. So just have Japanese yen, so I think it's difficult to understand, but I think this is a very inexpensive price.
Yeah. So just for the Indian students attending the webinar, Nana Jirokuman is basically around 4 lakh rupees. So yes, that's just for your reference. All right. And and how many intakes are there per year? How many times can apply? How many intakes are there?
Intakes 4 times in a year: January, April, October, and July.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That
And
answers.
now,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
I sent in the chat about our guidebook. So yeah, you can find fees or enrollment process, something, yeah, everything information you can find in this one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for answering the questions, and please feel free to go ahead and add more links in the chat box or answer the questions that are already in the Q&A board. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll go ahead and share the agenda once again. Okay, perfect. So now, last but not the least, so we actually have two presentations left. So one is by FFLC, which is abbreviation for Fukuoka Foreign Language College. FFLC has developed into a college where students from around the world study foreign languages together. It offers not only an international environment and global outlook, but also internships within a variety of enterprises, study abroad programs at numerous overseas institutions, and plenty of events involving the local and regional community. It gives a very comprehensive student support system, and it has a very diverse student body. So I would like to request Salman San and Nishi San from the college to give us a comprehensive overview of the university. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. This is Salman from Fukuoka Foreign Language College. And here with me, I have Nishi, who is one of our marketing staff here working with us together. I mean, can you guys hear my voice?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to talk about our college. Before I start, let me introduce myself and our school. So as I told, like I am one of the staff from Fukuoka Foreign Language College. I have been working here since 2010, and right now I'm the head of the PR and recruitment and also international marketing. So now I'm gonna talk about Fukuoka Foreign Language College. So Fukuoka Foreign Language College, next slide, please. Fukuoka Foreign Language College has a history of 120 years, and it has been it was a nursing school before, once upon a time. Right now, international students are studying along with our Japanese students. So can you remove this? Okay, so as it's a vocational college, you will be awarded with an associate degree if you complete 1,700 hours of course. So once you're studying 2 years or at least 1,700 hours of study, you will get an associate degree, or what we can say a diploma or senmonshi, when you finish the course. Other than Japanese language course, we offer associate degree in business course, career course, hotel course, and advanced study course. So right now we have more than 500 students, and we have students from 71 countries. So probably you hear that in Japan, mostly the universities have a lot of country students, not in the language school or vocational college, but in our college, we have a lot of country students. So for example, if it's a one class and if there is 18 or 19 students, probably they will be from different countries, not from one countries. So we also have frequent activities for our international students besides our main study. It includes exchange activities with the Japanese students studying in the university and at FFLC. Then we also have some excursion programs through one of our club, which is called FFLC Adventure Club. Every year we try to organize 100 events for our international students. So once you come to Japan for studying Japanese language, obviously you have to earn money for your living expenses and other costs. So students in a Japanese language school or college can work 28 hours during their regular classes, And during the long break, like summer vacation or spring vacation, students can work 40 hours per week. Also, career support service is also available for the international students who are searching for a full-time placement and in Japanese companies. Of course, there are terms and conditions, but we always support our students. So these are few photos from our college, and yeah. Now I will talk about the city, which is Fukuoka, and I can say like Fukuoka is located in a Kyushu island, and it's called a gateway to Kyushu, open to Asia. So once upon a time, it was ranked seventh in the seventh best city in the world of quality of life, according to the London-based Monocle magazine in 2016. And because Fukuoka is not a big city, it's a kind of a compact city, but the transportation and communication is very much advanced than comparing to other bigger cities in Tokyo, or you mean to say Osaka. And it has a 10-minute travel time between the downtown area and the airport. So wherever you are, whatever you are doing, if you go to the airport, if you want to be in the airport, you can reach there within 10 to 30 minutes. And also the infrastructure for the transportation is completely is very developed, and no matter where you are, you can get a public transport. So about the living cost, it's very difficult to say, mention the exact amount, but if you see the chart, I have compared with Tokyo, even though it's 2 years previous comparison, it might be there is a difference between the data right now, but I can say that Fukuoka is 30% cheaper in terms of living costs other than Tokyo or Osaka. So for example, right now the working per hour in Fukuoka is 941 yen. So if you are the students gets more than that, and once you can save a certain amount of money, like around 80,000 or 100,000, you can easily have a good living experience in Fukuoka. So these are few photos from Fukuoka. We have a few festivals, and Fukuoka is actually surrounded by a nature, like it has a lot of beaches, and also surrounded by the mountains, and quite a beautiful city. So whenever you are tired of studying Japanese or side of other subjects, you have a half an hour travel, and then you can find beaches or mountains. So it's quite beautiful. And if you have a bicycle and you know how to ride bicycle, then Fukuoka is a city for you. You can go anywhere with your bicycle, so you can save the transportation cost and keep it for your living expenses.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Nishi. I'm also a staff here at FLC working for promotion and PR. So now I will introduce to you about the career pathways at our school. So as you can see in the slides, we offer a variety of courses, including the Japanese course and also other vocational courses. So for our Japanese course, we have a 1 year, 1.5 year, and a 2-year course. So if you're learning Japanese from N5 level, after attending the Japanese course, if you fulfill the requirements, you can enter our vocational courses, which include international business course, international career course, international hotel course, advanced study course, which has a 1 year and 2-year periods. So as mentioned before, if you attend a 2-year program, you're eligible to receive an associate degree at the end of the program. So if you want to go to a Japanese company, then we recommend the business course and career course. If you specifically want to work or interested in working in a hotel, we recommend the hotel course. And if you're interested in going to a Japanese university, then we recommend the advanced study course. So here is a slide about our course fee structure for 2024. So for the first year, 1-year course, our course total fee for a course is 761,000 yen. And for a 1.5 year course, it's going to be 860,000 yen plus 300,000 yen. And for lastly, for a 2-year course, it's 816,000 yen plus 600,000 yen for the second year. So due to changes in the Japanese economic situation, we'll be slightly raising our course fee for the 2025 year. So as you can see, it's a bit more expensive, but it's as you can see, yeah, it's going to be a bit expensive for the 2025 school year. So next, I will introduce to you about our dormitory. So this is here you can see some photos of our Rubo dormitory. So for the single room, the price is 470,000 and 580 yen. So this price includes everything, including the electrical fees and utilities.
For 6 months.
For 6 months. And for the shared room, the fee will be 306,000 and 300 yen for 6 months. So from the Rupo dormitory, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to go to our school. So as introduced before, our school is known for having a lot of events. Usually for 1 year, we aim to have around more than 100 events for our students, including going to field trips, going to amusement parks, tea ceremonies, wearing kimonos, and many other interesting events. So in these events, it will be not only just international students, but also local Japanese students studying in our English course will join as well. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to communicate and make friends with local Japanese students. So here is a slide with our contact information. So if you're interested, you have any inquiries, or if you're interested in applying, please take a photo of this slide and feel free to contact us at any time.
So thank you so much for listening to our presentation. So if you have any questions, we can answer you.
Thank you so much for the very detailed presentation. I'm sure students are encouraged to pursue higher studies at your college. So thank you so much for your time. Most of the questions have been answered, but I'll go ahead and ask you a few questions. Number one being, what's the proportion of international students at your college? Are most of them from South Asia? Are they from the West? What's the proportion?
So basically, for the Japanese language course, we have students from all over the world, mostly from Europe and American countries. So today we had an immigration result. So you can see all the results of the certificates came. So mostly they are from Europe countries. And from Asia, we have students from India. We have students from Nepal, Bangladesh, but the ratio is less than the Europe and American students.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And just how many intakes are there in 1 year?
So as it's a vocational college, so we only have 2 intakes, which is April and October. So in case if it is April, we have 1 year and 2 year program. If it's October, it's 1 year and 1.5 year program. But in April, we have other vocational courses that like hotel course or career course or business course. So if someone has a JLPT2 level, they can directly enroll to this course. And after graduation, they can directly get into the full-time job from the school on campus placement.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And are there scholarships available for students?
So we have scholarship for the second year student. First year, they have to be self-financed. For the second year, we have JASTO scholarship. We also have our school scholarship. So if it's a JASTO scholarship, it's 47,000 per month. If it's a school scholarship, it's a 20,000 per month.
thank you so much. Yeah, I believe most of the questions have been answered. But if there are any links that you have, please feel free to share it in the chat box so that students can refer to these links after the webinar as well.
Sure, we would like to share the guideline, but right now it's only available for the Dropbox and other. You can't find the computer. Just a moment. Can't find the computer link so that we can share the our guidelines, but it's okay. So I will share the guideline for 2024 and 2025. So if students are interested, they can have a look on the guideline and they can contact us if needed. So so here it goes. Oh, it's not possible from the computer. It's not possible to share here.
I see.
Host. Okay. So need to change, right? Okay. No, it's not possible from the computer. It's not being.
So need some time. No problem. You can take some time and maybe share the link.
We don't have the link, but we wanted to share the files, but it's okay. We if they go to our school website, they can find it. The information admission guideline, they can find it. But I would like to share the email information so that they can, if they have any question, they can write to us so that we can reply to them.
Sure. Please, if you can, please share the link in the chat box. The contact addresses, please share it in the chat box. Students, please feel free to ask any questions that you have to FFLC. Because these are one of the very few sessions where we have language schools, some of the most renowned language schools in Japan, presenting. So it's a great
One student asked about the business course. I would like to request you to write us so that I can give you more information.
Yeah. That really helps. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, FFLC, for your time. If you don't mind, we will proceed with the next presentation, a small introduction. That's fine. Second. Okay, so last but not the least, we have a small overview about a platform called EduJapan. It is Japan's first higher education services platform that provides prospective students with personalized counseling sessions, in-depth insights into scholarship, outreach events, and universities offering English programs. The platform provides guidance and resources needed to navigate the diverse education landscape of Japan. This platform is not associated to MEX, and it is not by the University of Tokyo. So please keep this in mind. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the brief introduction. I'll share my screen just a second. Please give me a minute. I hope you can see the screen. So will not take much time. We'll quickly go through this. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the Q&A portal. So EduJapan is basically Japan's first higher educational services platform that provides information on Japan's education, the tuition fee, Japanese university profiles, student experiences. If you want to learn about the experiences that students have had in Japan, you can feel free to visit our platform by going to the student experiences tab. And you can also go through all the Japanese university profiles by clicking on this tab, Japanese universities. And if you want to register for webinars as well, you can click on the events section. So these are the main four main focuses: study and work life in Japan, university counseling service, Japanese university profile, and international student experiences. And you can scan the QR code here to access the website. So we basically provide a comprehensive guidance to applying to Japanese universities. So first, finding programs in your field of interest, then documentation, recommending scholarships, interview preparation, applying to universities, and finally, enrollment procedures. So Edu Japan is your trusted companion with the entire application process. Very simple. I know it's very difficult to find information about Japanese universities. It's difficult to navigate the websites. There isn't clear information. Some of you might not know how to contact professors for masters or PhD. Some of you might not find the guidelines. And I completely understand. Even I was in your position a few years back. So we are here to try and ease in that process for you. So you can take a picture of this and you can refer to it later as well. So if you visit our website, which you can using this QR code, you can visit all the Japanese universities. We have around profiles of 20 or more than 20 Japanese universities. So please go to our website and any university. In the chat box, I did see a couple of students interested in the University of Tokyo, Waseda University, Keio University. Any university that you're interested in, all you have to do is scan this QR code, click on the university that you're interested in, and a list of programs that the university offers is also available. So please go ahead and check our website, and I hope you have scanned the QR code. This is our student testimonials. I'm not delved too much into this, but we are fortunate that more than 95% of the people who have used Edu Japan for the application process have been very fortunate to have gotten into Japanese universities and would highly recommend Edu Japan to others as well. Moving on, so why should you choose Edu Japan? We have consultants with first-time experience, close ties with Japanese universities. We do not only focus on promoting Japanese universities, but also focus on giving Indian students or students across the world better opportunities in a country like Japan that is so safe. Comprehensive profile building, you might not know how to write a research plan, where to start from. So we provide insights into the application process, and it also maximizes your chances in getting into a Japanese university. There's limited information about Japanese university. So we are that one-stop all-in-one platform that covers all the aspects about higher education. And lastly, as you saw earlier, excellent student testimonials. Many of the people who have used Edu Japan have gone into great universities across Japan, including Waseda University, University of Tsukuba, Keio University, etc. So I have spoken a lot, but I will not take much time. You can scan this QR code. This has a link to all our pages. So we are on Instagram, EduJapan. Email address is edujapan@gmail.com. Website as well. You can book a free consultation using this QR code. And there's a Study in Japan fair, an online Study in Japan fair on May 11th of this year. It is going to be held online, and there will be 10 universities that will be participating. They'll be presenting. So you get better information from these universities regarding the programs offered there. And everything is free, and we are trying our best to bridge the gap between Japanese universities and international students. So I hope you can register for the Study in Japan fair, which is going to be on May 11th, 2024. It's a Saturday. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. GST. The details are in the QR code, so please feel free to access them. So I'll keep this QR code for some time, a minute. Please feel free to scan this QR code as well. And also, please keep this in mind. This is not a mixed project. It is not associated to MEX. It is not associated to the University of Tokyo. So this is a public platform not associated to either of these organizations. So please keep this in mind. And feel free to follow us on our pages. We have a WhatsApp channel as well. So all the links are in this QR code, so feel free to access. I'll just keep this for another 30 seconds, so please scan this QR code. Ten more seconds. Okay, I hope everyone has scanned this QR code. We also have this, if it's easy for you to scan, please feel free to check our pages. And that sums it up from my end. I think most of the questions in the Q&A portal have been answered. So thank you so much to all the panelists for taking out time to answer the questions. And I really hope this webinar series has been helpful to you. Please check the University of Tokyo India Office's Instagram page. The India Office team updates with all the webinars that are going to be held in the month of March and so forth. So please follow our Instagram pages and our website as well. The student testimonials are also there on our website. So please feel free to check our website anytime. And I'll share the links of the University of Tokyo page. Just give me a minute. For more information on Japan education, feel free to check the University of Tokyo pages. And also you have EduJapan, which we just presented on. So feel free to check that platform as well. And I really hope we can help you with your application process. Thank you so much to all the colleges for participating. And yes, we look forward to your participation in the coming webinars as well. Thank you.